Hi all, welcome to Free Life Science class. I am Purnima. Today we are going to discuss some previous year questions from DBT BEDRF examination 2018. So we have already discussed 3 videos regarding the DBT BEDRF examination. This is the part 4 video. So if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notifications. And if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget after watching my video. Okay, so let's move into the questions. So the first question is, gamma phosphate labeled ATP molecule was used to label a DNA fragment using the Nick translation protocol. This would result in. So here gamma phosphate is labeled in an ATP molecule. So suppose this is an ATP molecule having 3-phosphate group, and here it is the alpha phosphate, here it is the beta phosphate, and here it is the gamma phosphate. Okay, so here in this question it is given that this phosphate is labeled. This phosphate is labeled for labeling the DNA fragment. So what will be the result? Can you see the labeling in the protocol? Can you see it? Definitely no. Because when this ATP molecule incorporate phosphate inside the DNA synthesis or DNA strand, only the gamma phosphate is incorporated and these two remaining phosphate will be released as PPI and it is used as energy. So that reaction needs energy. For that, this here a cleavage will occur which releases energy. It can be used up for the process and this will release as PPI, and this phosphate is actually incorporated inside the DNA, not the gamma phosphate. So that what happens? The labeling in gamma phosphate will not provide labeling of DNA fragment. That means no labeling of DNA will occur. Okay, so moving into next question. Tag DNA polymerase differs from Klinov fragment in having. Tag DNA polymerase have 5' to 3' exonuclease activity, where the Klinov fragment have only 3' to 5' activity. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is option 2. But tag DNA polymerase have additional 5' to 3' exonuclease activity. 5' to 3' polymerase activity. Both the tag DNA and Klinov fragment have this activity. 3' to 5' exonuclease activity. Both the tag DNA polymerase as well as Klinov fragments have this property. Again, endonuclease activity. But the tag DNA polymerase have 5' to 3' exonuclease activity. Okay. So moving into next question. In an eukaryotic pre-mRNA, the number of positions where polyadenylate modification occur is. So it's a simple question. So its answer is option 4. Okay. Next question. A 34 kilo base pair linear DNA was digested with HIND3 and BAM-H1. A fragment obtained on complete digestion were as follows: HIND3 14 kb and 20 kb, BAM-H1 4 kb, 12 kb and 80 kb. If both these restriction enzymes are used, then we will get 4 kb, 10 kb and 8 kb and 12 kb fragments. That means if it is your DNA, if you are using the HIND3, then you will get, if it is HIND3, then you will get a 14 kb fragment and a 20 kb fragment. If you are using BAM H1, then you will get 3 fragments, that is one at 4 kb, one at 12 kb, one 12 kb fragment and one 18 kb fragment. Okay, so what will be the result if you use both the restriction enzyme? So please clearly look on these size of the fragment obtained. So here the 14 kb and 20 kb, here the 4 kb, 12 kb and 18 kb. So the most possible way of cleaving the DNA is, here you can see the first fragment is 10. Can you see any fragment with 10 kb in BAM H1? No, definitely the first will not be 10 kb fragment if it is cut with BAM H1. It can be 4 or 12 or 18, but it cannot be 10. So we can eliminate this option. Okay, I will use another color so you can clearly see this. Okay. So next look on the second option. Here it is HIND3 is the first one. Can you see any 10 kb fragment if it is cut with HIND3? No, na. So again we can eliminate this option. The next one is 4 kb one. Definitely if you use BAM H1, you can get a 4 kb fragment. So this first took this two, that is third option, and this fourth option is somewhat same, that is the first fragment is same. Please look on the second fragment. Again here it is BAM H1 is used, here it is HIND3 is used. So if you look on BAM H1, is there any 14 kb fragment or any 10 kb fragment? No. But if you look on HIND3, you can see a 14 kb fragment. So this one can be the correct. If you are confusing, then please look on the next one. When you cut with BAM H1, here you can see 18 kb fragments. Again you can see 18 kb fragments. But if it is HIND3, then here you can see a 26 kb fragment. Is it possible to get a 26 kb fragment from HIND3? No. So it's definitely wrong. So the correct answer for this question is option 4. Okay. So moving into next. So the last question is, which one of the following amino acid biosynthesis pathway is affected in folic acid deficiency? So if there is a folic acid deficiency, the biosynthesis will be affected more in glycine from glucose and alanine. Okay, so this is the correct answer. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon so that you will get notification when I upload new videos. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to like my channel. Please give me a like if you liked my video. It will be a great support for me. And thank you. We can meet in next video.